All right, welcome to the virtual college exploration for all West Virginia students, sponsored by the West Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at WVACRAO.org. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website, WVACRAO.org. And I would like to now turn it over to our presenters.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. My name is Charles Salyers, and I am an admissions counselor for Radford University. We are located in Virginia, and so we're going to talk all about where we're located, what the culture on and off campus is like, checking off those academic goals, and just really what the college experience is for students at Radford in the application stage, checking things out to applying, getting your decision, and engaging more with our awesome campus community. So just to get things started off, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I am here to answer any questions that might become prominent throughout this event, and I'm here to get them answered. We do have a nice chunk of time as well. So if you're watching this, please drop your interested areas, so any majors or minors or things that you're thinking about. I'd be more than happy to go and elaborate more on those throughout this presentation. As I said, my name's Charles, but we're going to kick off with a video. You can't just run down to campus and visit as easily as we used to. So we're bringing more options virtually. We do have some in-person options, which I'll mention later. But check out this video and let's get hyped up to talk about Radford University. All right. Well, when we're talking about becoming a Highlander, you should know that I'm your #1 connection. I recruit Southwest Virginia in our home state, and then I also recruit the entire state of West Virginia. So you're tuning in. Typically during this time, I'm traveling around. I'm actually hanging out in your schools. I'm going to eat at probably some of your favorite places to eat, my favorite travel spots, and spending a lot of time connecting and really getting to know the people within the area that I recruit, not just showing up at the high schools, but I really enjoy the full package of recruiting students, especially from my areas and some of the Appalachian areas that I get to recruit, to experience a four-year college, to experience what it is like to take on college and the opportunities and the lifestyle advantages that come along with that. So this is probably one of the most important slides that will pop up today. So if you're watching, screenshot it, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or connect with me through text. Or whatever way is best, because I want to start the conversation now and get that conversation to a really productive place, and get you connected with more than just myself, but the things that are going to further you when you're a student at Radford University. So like I mentioned, I'm typically traveling around all fall in Southwest Virginia, in the state of West Virginia. So I always like to drop a little photos during my presentation because, like I said, I love the territory that I recruit. I always like to take those the scenic routes. The byway is one of my favorites. I am a sucker for a scenic overlook and a sunset. And so I just always want to give you all a piece of how much I'm missing doing everything that I typically do to recruit students, but you should know that I'm turning tricks on the other side of the camera and trying to connect and give you as much of the Radford experience that I take on the road with me virtually. So we have a lot of things we're doing in office. We're participating in college fairs, we're participating in high school visits, and we're hosting some of our own virtual open houses and opportunities for you to connect with Radford. So my face might not jump in front of you, but you follow me on Facebook, you might see campus in your feed, or you might already be wrapped up in our communication system, so you're hearing from Radford. So definitely start moving forward and making those decisions now to make that process smoother. So let's jump back to main campus. We're all about main campus in this conversation today. We're talking about a campus that's mid-size, located in Southwest Virginia. We're about 20 minutes from Blacksburg, where Virginia Tech is located, and about 45 minutes from Roanoke, Virginia. Both those areas are continuing to grow. We're located in the heart of the New River Valley, which is continuing to grow as well. So we do have some nice rural feels, but some of the bigger hotspots located around us are definitely being a part of the growth of this region, as well as the students that are coming to Radford and are choosing to stay in this region and take what they learn on campus and be a part of the growth in this area as well. We're mid-sized, like I said. If you've ever heard the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, there's always that just right choice. And so I find that a lot of students that choose Radford usually find that just right fit, whatever they seek out. Great big fields with a lot of resources, academic programs, our Division I sports and wellness center make our campus feel huge. But we also really value that small campus opportunities. And so building those relationships with professors, getting involved. Radford University started out as an all women's institution. We gained men in the 70s, and we also gained university status, which that gave us more opportunities. We have a big effort behind undergraduate research here at Radford. So getting students involved, hands-on, not just taking the information from the books and taking it out there, but actually putting that information in action. We are 32% first generation here at Radford, and we really like to pride ourselves on that because we put a lot of efforts into the resources and connecting students with resources. When you're applying to Radford and you start to join the Radford family, that can start from the applicant stage to helping you find access to the resources that get you from high school to college, and then from college, freshman to sophomore, all the way to senior and graduation. And so we are here and a part of the process to make sure that you have access to everything you need to make that the most successful journey to you. I told you our big fields, a lot of academic programs, over 108 different academic programs. We have 6 undergraduate colleges, but your average class size at Radford's around 30. You'll definitely find some larger class sizes that will be found in the introduction, intro levels, and those types of classes. Fewer than the 3% of those classes, however, are taught by graduate assistants. So I really enjoy that because students get to take an introductory level course to be introduced into their future major, picking up a minor, or their future career by someone who has actually experienced that. Not only do our faculty have the degrees, just under 80% of our faculty hold terminal degrees here at Radford, which means that they have went as far as they can in their academic journey. But they're also experience-based, and we like to throw that word around a lot because our faculty have obtained their degrees and then they've actually worked within those careers, made connections, networked, and then they bring that into the classroom experience at Radford, which is really valuable. Gets students much more involved sooner, earlier in their time as a student, and that just builds even more in that resume and is attractive to the employers. We have that 16-to-1 student-faculty ratio, so you are more than a number in a classroom. Faculty have a really great effort that they put into making that connection with students, and faculty go above and beyond more often than not to actually make that connection with students. But going by office hours, getting to build a relationship with faculty members is something that you can start early on, and they're very open to help you along that path. With our size again, you'll have those introductory level classes with, you might have a music major, you might have someone who's into the sciences, someone who's in psychology, and then an education major. You'll have a really nice liberal arts experience and feel from all of our academic programs that give us that larger school feel. But you're really going to see those classes start to shrink up as you move into your sophomore and upper level classes. So yes, you're going to be more than a number as a freshman, but that's going to give you even more opportunities as you start to hone in on your major and work through that process. We have the 6 undergraduate colleges at Radford, so you actually come in and you apply to the university as a whole. And you work on that core curriculum, and your majors and programs are found within these 6 undergraduate colleges. We have our Artist College of Science and Technology, Biology, Chemistry, Anthropological Sciences. We have a Forensic Institute within that college where students get to work with faculty who bring real cases to campus and work behind them and see them through that. Our biology and chemistry that I just mentioned is probably our program on campus that takes advantage of undergraduate research the most. I know of so many students in biology that I've recruited that have been a part of or actually had hands in research as freshmen. So science in action is really what you feel with anything in the Artist College of Science and Technology. We do have an environmental biology component that's very popular for students with a greenhouse on campus. And then we also have a pre-health and life sciences concentration in chemistry that's popular for our students looking to go on to medical school. Pre-professional advising, to be advised in whatever track you're wanting to take, to utilize Radford as that bridge. Those smaller class sizes compared to campuses that have med schools on them. And so you're going to get a little bit more interaction and more opportunities to fill portfolio to be impressive when you're applying into those med school options. We even have a pre-med society on campus in addition to advising that really helps level up our students and prepare them for that journey if that's what they want to do with their undergraduate degree at Radford. The Arts College of Science and Technology also has geospatial sciences, geology. We're also going to find physics. We have a joint program with Virginia Tech's engineering program where you actually start in our smaller class sizes with that 16-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and you work on your physics degree, and then you transfer to Virginia Tech and you finish that degree and start your degree in engineering and work out which path of engineering you'd like. So really great. I've actually, it's been around for about 6 or 7 years, and I had my first student 2019 fall actually started Virginia Tech, and he's been doing great this past year. So that's a really great opportunity for students that may not want that bigger school where a lot of those attractive growing science and some of those bigger programs are located. You might want to start with that smaller school feel, which is one of the best reasons why that program is great for our students. You'll also find mathematics in Artist College. We have statistics, professional mathematician, if that's what you're looking for. And then we also have computer science. Here at Radford University, we actually have our own degree in cybersecurity, more than 3 different breakout spaces for students to be hands-on within their cybersecurity degree. And so that is something that we led in the Commonwealth. We were the first public state institution to have the actual cybersecurity degree. So there wasn't piecing together different parts of a major, but it's actually its own major. We do have computer science and information technology, software engineering. We have one engineering program. As I talked about our joint program with Virginia Tech, we do have engineering within computer science, specifically software engineering. And so if that's something you're interested in, it's a niche program here at Radford, and we even offer a fast track. So you can look at a 5-year journey to obtain that degree versus a 6-year. We do try and speed up the process. So if we have a undergraduate and a graduate program here at Radford, we really work with the students to shorten their time as much as we can. So less time you're on the college campus, that means less of a bill you're going to have to pay. And so we want to be able to bring that price tag down as much as we can. Our College of Education and Human Development, this is a college that is going to be filled with a lot of your core curriculum, as well as a nice branch for our education majors. We have students who are a part of our education program that has licensure in 43 states. Early childhood, special education, elementary education, and we even do work with secondary education. Students have the opportunity to major in the area they want to teach, and then they work with this college to get licensure. We also have the human development side of this college, which is going to be for anyone looking into allied health sciences. So opportunities for students who are looking to get involved in either physical therapy, occupational therapy, maybe athletic training. We have Division I sports here on campus, so we have that environment. And our wellness center for strength and conditioning coaches, things like that, is our #1 employer. So we have a lot of students that seek out our campus for allied health sciences because of the hands-on opportunities. Plus, we have the master's programs as well as the PhD programs that students are typically interested in when in those fields. Our College of Visual and Performing Arts, our College of Humanities and Behavioral Sciences, we're going to keep on talking about the opportunities for a wide spectrum of programs here at Radford. Within the College of Humanities and Behavioral Sciences, it's our largest building, so you're going to find psychology, which we have all 3 levels of, undergraduate as well as master's, and a doctorate of psychology. So we actually have psychological research that's done here on campus. And so once again, students in that undergraduate program are going to feed in to some of those graduate programs and see and experience that while they're a freshman or sophomore, and really get to see their future career. History, you're going to find our foreign language opportunities for students within our College of Humanities and Behavioral Sciences. Sociology, this is where you're also going to find media studies. We have a strong emphasis on journalism and advertising, as well as the technology behind it all. So you can actually get a degree in media studies that's concentrated in broadcast technology and production technology. I'm pretty sure our technology center that our students use is better than some of the actual news stations here in Southwest Virginia. And so our students are really well polished within that program. We also find political science in this building. We have our own courtroom on campus, interrogation rooms. So students really have access to the entire environment that you would find in political science. Really cool hands-on experiences. Students that are thinking about law school, we actually have a pre-law society. So you get to work on that undergraduate degree, but then you also get to be advised and work with an advisor to make sure you're checking everything off. And we even have a bridge program for law school out of George Washington, which is right outside of Washington, D.C. And so you start at Radford and transfer to George Mason in that program. And once again, that helps shave off some time in the journey. Also, criminal justice, which is another big component of the College of Humanities and Behavioral Sciences, with minors in crime analysis, forensic studies, forensic sciences. Have a lot of students that will bridge themselves back and forth between our criminal justice program and our forensic sciences and forensic anthropology and artists. And so there's lots of ways with Radford's multiple programs to pick up minors, to double major, to really carve out your niche, differentiate yourself, to make you really valuable when employers are looking to hire someone. Our College of Visual and Performing Arts, smallest college, yet loudest college. There's a lot of passion and creativity where students actually turn that into their future careers, or they just find balance outside the classroom. With that, we have dance, we have theater, and we have music. All 3 of those require an audition for a major, but we also have design, interior, and fashion design that do not require a portfolio. You actually start building portfolio on your freshman level. And so we're actually in the top 10 most desirable design schools on the East Coast. So we have a lot of students in the state and out of state that come to our campus for our design programs. And we also will have the music, dance, and theater, like I said, have and require an audition. However, it does not for design. And we also have art with multiple directions for students to concentrate in, as well as some master's programs within art. Our Davis College of Business and Economics, that's actually the picture that is on the screen. It is an AACSB accredited business school. So students are looking at a degree that classifies them as graduating from one of the business schools in the top 5% in the world. So really great accreditation to put on that resume, but they're going to get hands-on and fully involved in the business process. You actually start as a pre-business student. So every student gets a core in management, marketing, finance, and accounting. And then you get to become more specific within your major, pick a direction and a program to fall within. We also have an MBA and a fast track for that. So if that's something you're interested in, you can do a one-stop shop for Radford with that. Our Waldron College of Health and Human Services, this is for healthcare here at Radford. We have a lot of push as we continue to grow our main campus and our second campus, Radford University Carilion. But healthcare is becoming our second, right underneath our leadership opportunities through education being our bread and butter. We have a School of Nursing. The last 7 years, we've had the highest pass rate for a public institution on that entrance exam. And our students within the nursing program find jobs and are really well polished before they even graduate campus. I love going to nursing graduation, their pinning ceremony, and seeing all the students walk across the stage. And not only does their name flash up, but they're also their future job title because they've already landed those jobs. So our School of Nursing is a huge hit in the Waldron College, but we also have our School of Social Work, which we have an undergraduate as well as a master's program. And we have our School of Communication Sciences and Disorders. So students that are thinking about going to school for audiology or speech pathology can start that here at Radford as well. We do have our Center for Major Exploration, which is important to mention because that center is going to be where you can start with the entire campus at your fingertips. So no worries in picking a major and coming in. You can actually work on your core curriculum and declare your major at the end of your freshman year. So I'm an alum of Radford. I loved Radford. I came as a pre-nursing student, but that's not how I graduated. And campus has continued to grow and offer these opportunities like our Center for Major Exploration. So students can stay on that 4-year path and really follow their strengths, their skills, and the knowledge that excites them to find their majors. I'm going to throw up an academic slide here. So this has a nice listing of all of our programs. West Virginia does have a few programs in the academic common market for dance, a few specializations in business where students can apply. And since they're not available in the state of West Virginia, we can work and you can apply for that program here at Radford and pay in-state tuition. So that's something that we most definitely can talk about today or in the future when we want to. Sorry, just making sure I didn't have any questions. If you are watching, you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chats. But moving forward, like I said, we have a lot of these academic programs, but what I like about that is that you really do get to expand beyond just a major. We make it very easy to double major, pick up minors, like I said earlier, and really carve out your niche. Take classes and pick up minors that are going to differentiate you for your future career. Now, I have to mention our second campus. We have our Radford University Carilion campus. They've had some information sessions within West Virginia as well over the past few weeks. But if you're interested in healthcare and healthcare is your passion, you already know, and you want to hit the ground running in that type of environment, Radford University Carilion is made for you. This is going to be the campus that's going to start from day one in a hospital that's been converted for educational purposes. There's actually floors still on this in this building that have real patients. There are living situations, meal plans, everything devoted to this campus. So students actually live in Roanoke, about 45 minutes from main campus. participate here. However, the big difference, this one, you're going to find only healthcare options. So clubs, organizations, classes, minors, everything are going to be healthcare related. Back to main campus, however, you'll find a little bit more of that liberal arts experience. I want you to check out those programs though. So if you are watching this and you're interested in healthcare and Radford is on your radar and you want to learn more about our healthcare only campus, definitely check out some of those programs. We have a few associate programs, bachelor's programs that are unique to that school. But let's jump back to main campus. Main campus is really what we're talking about here today. This is one of my favorite spots. The fountain is a central spot on campus. I remember meeting my first roommate before we were actually roommates there for about a whole semester. This was our spot. Every day we checked on each other, and then we moved in and were able to check on each other even more. But this is a great central location that just represents the community and the togetherness that you'll find at Radford University. We have a lot of resources. I mentioned earlier that when we have our size and the feel of our campus, that we really do have a lot of big feels until you start to get to know your professors and you make friends and you really find that small knit community that leads you to success. But some of those big feels definitely come in the form of our Center for Accessibility Services. If things pop up that maybe you didn't struggle with in high school, but you start to struggle in college, they host workshops, opportunities to navigate that. They have testing spaces. And then they also, work for you if you have anything that you have applied in high school that is giving you extra assistance to navigate through high school. We can definitely seek that out and help you with that here at Radford as well. I always tell students it's what keeps you at 100%. When you come to campus, you're at your best. And we want to make sure that the resources on this campus keep you at your best. Our Center for Career and Talent Development, landing jobs. I mentioned earlier about how our nursing students are actually landing jobs before they graduate. Not just nursing students are doing that. Our Career and Talent Center is getting students in front of employers as early as students are willing to attend a college, not a college fair, but a career fair, and attend resume workshops, workshops where you can help grow your skills in interviews and mock interviews. And so they're really helping students. And even in this pandemic where things are much more virtual, they're continuing to put students in front of employers and getting them well polished to land a job after graduation or land a job while they're here. We have a really great Hire a Highlander network where Highlanders are graduating and they're landing jobs where they want to turn around and hire more Highlanders. And so being a part of that network can be beyond just senior year. You can start becoming a part of that network as soon as you want to be involved with the Center for Career and Talent Development. Last year in 2019, our graduating class, 83% of those students were in their major and working in their major field within 6 months of graduation. And so a lot of effort, and we've continued to actually see that percentage grow over the last decade. And we really attribute that to a lot of the resources and the hands-on assistance that we get our students here at Radford. Our Center for Diversity and Inclusion, you're definitely going to come to Radford and you're going to find a diverse community. There's a lot of pockets of minority cultural groups, opportunities for you to really take on the student-centered approach and be your own individual. The Center for Diversity and Inclusion hosts a lot of programming on campus, opportunities for students in these minority groups to host an event and educate about their backgrounds, but also being welcoming and inclusive to the entire campus community. So we are behind that. Our president is all about the individual's journey and making sure that each of the individuals on this campus feel welcome and feel a part of the Radford family. Harvey Knowledge Center, free tutoring. We've got free tutoring, multiple layers from messaging and 24-hour bots to in-person with students as well as faculty members. And our students like to be called academic coaches because they really are cheerleaders for many of the students on this campus. And they always like students and prospective students to know that tutoring is just not about I'm having a rough time and I need to do better, but Maybe I'm doing okay, but I want to still do better, and they can help you with that. We have a lot of pride. So I've been talking about a lot of academics, and our students are really prideful in their academics. You walk through any of our buildings and you're going to see it in action. You're going to see it on display. You're going to see what students are proud of. But we also take on and find balance outside the classroom. So we have some pride that's rooted in our sports, Division I athletics. We have club sports, a club sport council of about 22 sports, and then we have intramural sports. That's all located in our wellness center, 3 stories, elevated track. It's probably one of the things I'm most jealous that students get to utilize that I did not have when I was a student. The gym I used when I came to Radford is actually no longer existent. It's a community space for students. But there's just a lot of ways to get involved outside the classroom, recreationally, actively like that. We have our RU Outdoors. You're in West Virginia, so you probably know of the beauty that nature can give you. And so students have access walking across our extremely green campus, going down to the river, as well as exploring many of the places that are only 45 minutes to an hour away to really enjoy outdoor recreation. But maybe that's not your style. We do have almost 300 clubs and organizations that are related back to majors, classes that you take, but then we also have just fun stuff that you can do to meet other people, to grow, to be a part of a philanthropy, to volunteer. We do have Greek life here at Radford, so students are really involved outside the classroom. And because of our size and the amount of involvement opportunities we do have, you're going to find that Radford's not a suitcase campus. You're not going to be packing up every weekend and trying to find something to do. You're going to be very involved. A lot of our students are heavily involved, and they're holding leadership roles within these clubs and organizations by the time they're sophomores and juniors, which just once again fills up that resume with even more. And employers like that. We do require students to live on campus. So students that live on campus have access to their room and to set up their routine. There's no community style bathrooms. It's either you and your roommate and you have a bathroom within your room, or you and your roommate will share a bathroom that connects to your suite mates. So no more than 4 students sharing a bathroom. And so you can get up, get ready, run to the workout of the wellness center, get some coffee on campus at Starbucks, and run around, read on the bench, and then go to class, or wake up and roll out and go to class. You get to set up your routine, and we really are going to give you all the ways to feel like you are yourself and an adult here at Radford University. We even have living learning communities, so you can live within a residence hall of like-minded students. So we have a schoolhouse living learning community for students in education, entrepreneurship, so students in that business mindset can actually be a part of that living learning community. A community for artists. There's dance halls, pianos, performance spaces within their residence hall. So those are just a few that are available. And it's important to mention our honors college. You can actually become a part of the honors college, and it's our highest seal that gets stamped on that diploma. And so that's a great opportunity to hit the ground running as a student here at Radford. It even includes a capstone project, so they work with you to take your major even a few more steps further, even if you're doing research and have internships in your major. They really give you access to even more of making those opportunities come to fruition here at Radford. We are very affordable here at Radford. We do have a nice price tag for in and our out-of-state students, but today we're going to be looking most at that out-of-state price tag for the state of West Virginia. That out-of-state price tag, just over $33,000, includes an entire year on campus, and that is full-time. You're going to have a meal plan that moves along with that, as well as living on campus. Our meal plan is like a debit card. You pay a nice big chunk into that, and when you move across campus, either eating at some of our hot spots like Papa John's or Chick-fil-A, or maybe you eat at the dining hall or swing by Starbucks, and you get a nice hefty discount when you pay that big chunk into that meal plan. So it's like a debit card across campus. So that price tag you're not going to go hungry. You're definitely going to have a place to call home inside, and you're going to have a place to make success in the classroom with that price tag. Now, that's the starting price, so we can definitely bring that down. Just under 80% of our students last year actually had access to financial aid. So the application for the FAFSA opened on October 1st. So you haven't already created that and submitted it, you definitely want to do that for Radford University. We have a priority deadline of January 15th. So if you get everything in by then, you're going to have plenty of time to get a nice package, and you're not going to be making a decision a week before that decision is due. You're going to have time to work through, and if there's additional resources that we need to seek out, we can work for you and work with you to make sure that we can make those and find those that are available. Our Highlander Distinction Program, that's our scholarship program. You're automatically reviewed for that when you submit your application. And we make an investment for all 4 years you're here at Radford. So we don't give you just a big chunk of money as a freshman and to kick things off, but we give you a nice chunk of money that's going to be awarded your freshman through your senior year here at Radford. And so you maintain a 3.0 or higher, and you maintain that GPA, and then have access to even more. We have a lot of foundation scholarships and money that has been donated to the university in specific programs, majors. And so as you move through your program, you will find that that price tag will continue to drop here at Radford. It is easy to apply, and it's free to apply. We never have an application fee, and we never have a paper copy. So you're always going to have a smooth application process with Radford University. We have our main application through our website, and then we're also on the Common App. So if you already have a Common App account, just add Radford to that. It's free as well. Once you submit your free application, we're going to want your transcript. We can review your application as test optional. It is a majority of the choices for students, as it was hard to find SAT and ACT testing. So students that apply test optional will review your transcript and your application holistically and make a decision off of that. However, if you do have SAT or ACTs, send them in. It's always great to give more color, and we're never going to look at something if it's going to bring you into the bad light. We're not going to look at that, and we're going to review you holistically to put you in the best on the best pedestal that we can. You'll see our middle 50% there. We have students on our campus that fit within that middle 50%, that nice median chunk, but we have students above and below that, taking advantage of the opportunities here at Radford and finding success left and right. You'll see the opportunities there to connect with us via email or give us a call or our website to get access to that application. And then we also have a lot of students that will transfer to Radford. So if you're interested in transferring to Radford, please complete that transfer application as well, and we can get that conversation started. Connect again. I already told you how to connect with myself, but make sure you're connecting with the broader Radford University. If you're interested in Division I sports, follow our athletic pages, follow the things that interest you here at Radford University so you can see what the student life is all about. Now I have another video for you all, so enjoy. Well, if you didn't know, you should know now. You're welcome here at Radford University. I always love that video. It's a nice, just sweet hype. And we're just all about the connection and the community. And a lot of students come to Radford, and when they make it to campus and they actually experience campus, that's when they make the decision to of visiting campus. If you are already in the loop, or if you got my contact information earlier, reach out to me. We do have small campus tours available. And those are filling up fast, but we can get that connection. And if you come to visit, meet with departments across campus, or if that's not available, we are making virtual things happen left and right for our students. Here, just in case you didn't snag it earlier, because I am your main connection to Radford University, our campus. I am from this region. I went away to college 15 minutes away from home, but this area keeps on continuing to grow. I was a part of it as a student. I worked in the local region, and then I'm thrilled to be back recruiting students and continuing to make this area awesome. It's full of potential, not only on campus, but off campus. The community is not only on campus, but you're going to find that community that's welcoming off campus with opportunities to not feel that you're stuck always on campus. Our Bissett Park is just a 5-minute bus drive or a 15-minute walk from campus. It is the place of they're planning a river walk that is to be coming over the next 5 years for students. With that. And so we are just continuing to seek out those opportunities, not only for our students, but for the local community at Radford University. So we do have a few more minutes left. So if you happen to be paying attention or tuning in today, I'd love to hear about any questions or things that you may have about Radford University. I will get a list of everyone who has attended or has registered. And so I can connect and will be awaiting to connect with students that want to talk more about Radford. We are a conversation that can start now, and we want you to be able to see what it's like to be a student at Radford University. We do have opportunities to engage with students. So once you're in the loop with Radford, you'll hear about our open houses where we are hosting panels of students as well as panels of academic advisors and faculty. So they are sharing their stories. One of the benefits of Zoom and so many virtual options is more people are being able to make our events and to connect with students than they normally would. So check those out. We're kicking off each week with a Major Monday where we're exploring each of our colleges and their popular majors, and we're talking to students within that college. And so more opportunities like that are going to become available and are great ways for you to go beyond my nice, I have a wonderful elevator pitch for Radford, but my connection to Radford and how much I love Radford being an alumni is starting to get more and more and more outdated. So I want to connect you with our current students. We have a whole group of Highlander guides that are tour guides on this campus that love sharing about Radford and really just want you to be able to have someone to talk to and learn more from Radford. That's not, once again, this professional who really just wants you to come to Radford for multiple reasons. So I've really enjoyed talking today, and I can't wait to talk about Radford in plenty of conversations to come as we navigate this. It may be soon and too early in the process for you to feel comfortable committing or doing things like that, but getting your application into any college is going to give you access to more. It's going to get you in the loop. You're going to be able to open up those conversations, and you're really going to be able to make a decision and have the time to make a decision. Getting things in before the holidays, going into 2021 with decisions already coming back. You apply to Radford, in 2 weeks, you're probably going to hear from us, probably less than that. I love going through and reading applications and getting decisions out because it's exciting. And so be a part of that excitement with us. And I am here to enjoy it and tell you and give you anything and everything that is going to make the college search that much smoother. I do recruit for Radford University, but I myself was a first generation student. So helping along the journey, navigating the many parts of going to college, I'm here for it as well. I think I may have 30 to 45 seconds left of my session. My favorite place on campus, I already said, was the fountain, but I just always love our green spaces on campus. You will walk through Radford University's campus and you will see trees. You won't be seeing buses or cars driving, and you're not going to be crossing intersections. It's very nice, close knit. Campus just keeps growing up, not out. And we have some pretty cool trees. We actually have a champion tree that has been printed in National Geographic, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot of different ways. And like I mentioned earlier, our students are very prideful. So when you come to campus, you're going to see a lot of things in action, like in the Center for the Sciences. We have a art student that recreated a prehistoric dinosaur with like the whole feather theory, how they have feathers and everything, and it's been made very public, and now it's actually housed in our earth sciences right next to a planetarium. So you might not be in those classes, but you might find enjoyment. I loved going to our dance performances, anything in the visual and performing arts. I played the sax for 2 years, so I gave that up, but I love a jazz ensemble or our guitar ensemble, or just supporting the other students and really engaging in their passions as well. I enjoyed that as a student as well as I do now as an employee.
All right. Thank you, Charles, for sharing so much about Radford University, and thank you to our participants for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a really quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you are able to provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at WVACRAO.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at WVACRAO.org. Thank you.